wonder if I can get them from here. I think I can. Got them. Okay, yeah, I'll just kill them. And I'll get over there and get that stuff. And okay, yeah, you know what? You're right. I didn't start anything. There was nothing to see here. You know what? I was over here doing my quest. There was nothing of value. We're just gonna do the review. Life is gonna be great. It's awesome. I never started something I couldn't finish. You're right. So the really nice thing about having this as a second DLC is it gives you the opportunity to play the first game, play it fully, and then you get the other two DLCs, and the DLCs are both standalone. And a lot of people are going to be like, really? You think that as a pro? I do, because contrary to popular belief, some of us don't have tons of time to do all the things right away. And so my backlog is ever increasing with games that are 50%, if not 75% complete. For those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Vanessa, aka Pleasantly Twisted, and this is going to be my quick review of Immortals Fenyx Rising, Myths of the Eastern Realms. You've had the time to play through the vanilla game and beat up everybody. You've also had time to do the first DLC, which I know a lot of people were lukewarm on because it was mostly puzzles. I'm into puzzles. That makes me happy. I enjoy that. But now we're looking at Chinese mythology, and we're going to be exploring specifically the mythology around Nuwa and Gong Gong over at the incident of Mount Buzhou. Now, I want to go ahead and put out an apology in advance. I'm going to try and pronounce everything to the best of my capabilities. I've been kind of reading it, listening to the game say it, looking up pronunciations, and I feel like it is only respectful to try and at least say it in the way that it was intended to be said. So this is about the story of Nuwa and Gong Gong regarding Mount Buzhou, which you can see in the background here in Myths of the Eastern Realms. I did want to take a moment to talk about a few things as well about what makes me really excited about this DLC, because a lot of people, I can already feel it in my bones, are going to say, oh, well, Vanessa, this just feels like they kind of reskinned the game and just made everyone more like Chinese characters and everything. And for the most part, you're not wrong. But what I really liked about this DLC is the fact that, first and foremost, you saw that it was Ubisoft Chengdo that was actually working on it. That is their Chinese branch. So they were the ones in charge of doing all the things and stuff for the game. But on top of that, as I was going through the story, a lot of the stuff is, from what I could find, very one-to-one. Now, again, with the whole idea of reskinning, we do have lots of puzzles again, and we do have lots of story and gameplay that's moving through everything and getting it all, like, figured out of what exactly happened, what is the scar, why is the heavens and the mountain all asunder and torn up and everything. This is one of my favorite things about the murals in this, is that the quirky jokes and everything, they kind of got used a lot more effectively in this DLC, I feel like, where you're walking around as Q, which is also part of the mythology, fun facts. You're walking around as Q, and every now and again, he'll just kind of add commentary that really, really highlights the humor in a much better light than I feel the base game did. Now, a lot of the mechanics are going to be very much the same. If you've made it through the full base game, then you'll be able to hop into this right away. My one word of caution is that because it's a DLC, that nice little gentle learning curve that you got in the base game that took you on a 50+ hour experience, depending on how fast you play, this is going to be all of that, but squeezed into about a solid 5 to 6 hour package. So you need to come in, you need to have played the base game to at least know what you're doing and be familiar with how the controls and mechanics work, and it's going to be hitting you with decently difficult fights and a lot of refreshers on how to play the game very, very quickly. Going back a little bit to the story aspects of it, I was really, really happy to see how much of it is like one-to-one with what's written in the mythology, what's actually laid out. Now, granted, I know that I utilize limited resources, so for any of our Asian, specifically Chinese viewers that are out there that can speak to it more, I am more than happy, if not welcoming, to the idea of having a conversation about it, because thus far, I didn't see anything that was a monstrously large red flag. I didn't see anything that went, wow, you just completely rewrote that, or oh, actually, this is blatantly wrong. Because as you go through the quest, there's two iterations of it. The first one is with Nuwa, where you're trying to figure out what happened and fix it. And then the second one is with Gong Gong, where he kind of reluctantly informs you that he is the reason that the world is in peril. And you can see with the combat and everything that all of the moves are once again based on gods, based on lore, based on mythology, and it's essentially speaking from a gameplay standpoint more of the same. The puzzles are, I feel, much more challenging. I don't recall having this stamina bubble from hell in there previously. Maybe I just blocked it out of my memory for a good reason. But doing puzzles without stamina kind of sucks. Kind of sucks. Sucks a lot. And you get to go through this time they're heaven's doors. They're heaven's doors. These are going to be where you do all of your little puzzles and temples and everything else with that. And to kind of highlight again how serious the difficulty ramp up is, I don't think a lot of people are going to look at it and go, oh, this is impossible to do. But to just give it a little bit more visibility, the very first heaven's door that you walk into is already 2 out of 3 stars. It's already starting out saying, we just expected that you would play this. The visuals still look great. They still look very crisp, very vibrant, very just lively, engaging, and absolutely stunning color. If there's anything that I thought could be critiqued, it would be with the character models, which, shocking. That's my critique for almost every Ubisoft game that I have at this point is, but your models though. And the issue I have with the models in this case is this could be me showing a little bit of bias. I'm not 100% sure. Again, if I am out of pocket, please do not hesitate to say so about it. But I feel like these characters don't look quite as Chinese as I would expect it. And again, I can't speak to that. You'll see at the end of the video, I'm black. So I am not an authority on these things. Not an authority on these things. One of my favorite things that we did was actually the puzzle we're looking at now, which is chasing the bird. And I just felt like this was such a strong showcase of the fluidity of the movement. It was a strong showcase of the colors, how you engage and interact with the environment, how you're supposed to actually navigate the world. I just loved everything about this. And then on top of that, it was a time trial. It was a time trial where if the bird gets too far ahead of you, you have to start over. Which, of course, I can envision a lot of people saying, well, Vanessa, that's going to kind of suck if you get really close to the end, and then all of a sudden you have to do it all over. But it was kind of part of the fun of it, because you had to learn the route and figure out how to quickly navigate and get everything done so that you could go get your bird. All of the items that you get in the portals are going to be called jade coins, and just like in the base game, you utilize jade coins along with other items to upgrade your armor, your weapons, your stamina, your health. We saw a little bit of that earlier in the movie, and you can see in this one, not in the movie, in the video, you can see in this one that we got a jade coin. And the jade coins are directly for getting your weapons upgraded. Now, I had mentioned earlier that it's going to be a 2-part quest. Once you meet Nuwa for the first time, you'll be able to make a decision on, do you want to go ahead and do Nuwa's request first, or do you want to go ahead and find Gong Gong? I went and did a lot of Nuwa stuff first, but unfortunately I can't show much more than what I have on here because we are under embargo. We are unfortunately under embargo. More reason for you to try and give it a shot. I really had a lot of fun playing this. So we went ahead and we grabbed some stuff for the mission with Gong Gong, and as you can see here, this is maybe about an hour and a half into the DLC. This is an hour and a half into the DLC where I have all these upgrades on my health already, I have upgrades on my potions, and these people are out here to fight. They're out here to fight, and they want you to stop trying to figure out what's wrong with the picture. So if you wanted more combat, you're going to get a lot of it in this one. And there's a lot of just general mobs out and about that you can fight, engage with, and do all these other things that I feel like because the vanilla game was focused on so much exploration, it was a lot more spotty. In this DLC, it feels a little bit more concentrated. Like, as you're exploring, there's a lot more for you to kind of decide, do I want to engage that? Do I not want to engage that? How do I feel about this in the grand scheme of things? But for the most part, again, if I had to give a really quick synopsis of it, it's more the same from the base game, just now it's going to be with a Chinese twist. You're going to be following a specific mythology that they actually have had for many, many years. Again, I actually had to do homework to make sure I was quoting some of this stuff correctly, and I might still be quoting it incorrectly, which is unfortunate. But nonetheless, it is going to be a lot more of what you got in the base game, exploring, finding all of these secrets, doing time trials, puzzles, bonus gates for actual additional loot and skins and everything. And out the gate, it kind of takes the training wheels off and you go straight into playing the game. There's not really a whole lot of additional that I have to offer on the conversation, with the exception of, again, I think the only thing that I thought was kind of bizarre was that I feel like in their faces especially, it didn't quite give me the sensation or the idea that these people were supposed to be Chinese. I remember when I first booted it up and kind of looking at it going, well, I know that it's Asian, but I know that because it says Eastern, but I wonder if there's some specifics. And it does actually explicitly say that it is Chinese mythology. So, with that being said, I'll let you watch the last little bit of the video. Kind of make some decisions on yourself. Do you want to go out there and beat up all the Chinese mythological creatures that are trying to keep the world in turmoil? Or are you going to just kind of let it be that way? I would say you should go beat them up personally. Again, if you have the season pass, please, please, please take advantage of it. I think it's a great campaign. If you do not have the season pass, there is a pilot quest available right now in the base game for the low cost of free $99. It's going to be at the southeastern-ish area of the world map where you can hop onto it, and it's called We Are Not Alone. So if you want a taste of it to make some more decisions and see for yourself, absolutely take advantage of that demo. But beyond that, I'll let you just enjoy the rest of the video.
Used to hold up the sky before the war. The Yandi clan hall. I heard they have the best parties. Gong Gong's people set up camps here. Seems this is all that's left of them. I guess that's the gateway Gong Gong used to sneak up to heaven. Lord Gong Gong, why are we here?
Just in time, kiddo. The flames demand battle, so we are taking the fight here and kicking the Emperor square in the softest part of his robes.
I wonder why Gong Gong left a memorial for a monster such as Xiangliu. Here's a giant man-eating, multi-headed beast. I must honor it. Right after I finish building this monument to the glory that is food poisoning.
Hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed the review, or kind of pseudo review. There wasn't really a whole lot to talk about besides the fact that this is based on Chinese mythology, and it's really cool, and it's awesome, and I learned a ton about Mount Buzhou, and I think it's Buzhou, or is it no, it's not Buzhou, it's Buzhou. I think it's Buzhou. and Nuwa and Gong Gong. These are things that I never explored before. Even Ku was part of the main mythology, and I thought that was really, really cool. But I want to take a moment to also give a kind of gentle, friendly PSA. Please, please, please show love to your Asian friends out there. Please, please, please give them the support. Check in on them. Help them out with their organizations and everything, because it's a rough time right now. I am ecstatic that Ubisoft Chengdo got a chance to push out a piece of their art and their culture to us during such a strenuous time, and I hope to see more like this in the future. Also, with like the upcoming DLCs and everything, I really kind of hope that they do something like this for many more cultures too. I really would love to see more mythology from different countries, different areas in the world. I would love to see more chances to actually engage those stories. But the main reason I wanted to put this on here is, please, if you haven't already, check in on your Asian friends. It's rough. It's hard out here right now. And if you don't really have a good way to do that, but you still want to help out, I'm going to have some links down below so that you can figure out ways to help out and stop the anti-Asian hate. So again, thank you so much, Ubisoft, for giving me a chance to review this key. Thank you for giving your Chinese branch over at Ubisoft Chengdo a chance to really shine, and I hope to see y'all another time.